Welcome back, everybody. Excuse me. On this Thursday morning edition of Hot Mic on WDAY Extra, Steve Lockway, Dragonhead football coach, will join us about an hour. Recap MSUM's spring. Looking forward to an exciting fall with a bunch of local talent all surrounding the Dragons. That's coming up in about an hour. We wanted to make sure we chatted with as many of the guys that have got NFL opportunities here this week before their mini camps and rookie camps get underway. We had Cam Miller on the show Tuesday. If you missed that, you can podcast it. Go back and watch our segment on WDAY Plus. Yesterday, we had Bo Belquist on after his invitation to San Francisco 49ers rookie camp. And today, you're going to hear on the defensive side of the ball, give some love on the defense to Eli Mostaert, who wrapped up a 6-year journey at NDSU, obviously winning a third national championship. And what a road it's been for him and his twin brother, Will. You're going to hear, actually, that things this summer might get a bit sticky for the Mostaert family because Will is getting married this summer and now running full tilt into what Eli's got going on. But we chatted a bit here. We did this interview about an hour before the show this morning on a variety of topics, obviously ranging from what draft day was like to looking ahead to the NFL and trying to fit in with Jacksonville and what they're trying to do there. But you'll remember 2022, and Eli had a great 2021. We go back to the spring season even. Eli was really good in the spring of 21. So 4 years ago, about now, to the fall of 21. Really, really good. That was, of course, the year Spencer Wagee got hurt out at Towson with a torn ACL that year. And the following year, Eli then had his serious injury. Happened in the second game of the year against North Carolina A&T. Broke his leg and missed nearly the entire season. We kept asking him, maybe is there a chance to come back? He did come back for the national championship game against South Dakota State. And he was, I think, if you say 60%, that's probably being generous of where he was at. But he got out there. He wanted to play. And then finished it with two really solid years, this year being a first-team All-American and being a defensive disruptor in the middle for the Bison defense. And Saturday, after the draft wrapped up, he, as you'll hear, got a phone call and has signed a free agent deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars. My conversation with Eli Mostaert, of course, starting off with what Saturday was like, waiting for the phone to ring.
It was a whole experience. We were up at 11 o'clock for the draft. I was hearing stuff about late round a little bit in the draft, but that didn't go through. So we waited until the very end, around 6 o'clock. It was longer than we thought it was going to be that day. My whole family was there. And then right after the draft, my agent calls and says, "You're going to Jacksonville." That was it. That was like some of the only message we got during the whole day. So I was really happy. It was a surreal moment to be there with my family and go through that whole thing.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah. I was stressing the whole day. It was like nothing's really happening for a while, and then a couple calls, couple little things, and I'm like, yeah, let's do this thing.
To have it happen, was it relief that, okay, I got a spot, I know where I'm going to go, and mixed with excitement? What were the emotions afterwards?
Yes. No, I was just really grateful that somebody gave me a chance, That's all I was asking for out of any team, and when they called, I was really grateful and really it was lifted off my shoulders that I finally have a place to go and I don't have to worry about that anymore. So
what was your agent telling you heading into, and did you talk with Jacksonville? Like, what kind of visits did you have with teams leading up to this past weekend?
I didn't have any super deep interviews or anything, but I talked to around 10 teams on phone calls, stuff like that. And Jacksonville was one of the first teams after Pro Day to reach out because their agent liked me their scout liked me at Pro Day. And we talked for a little bit. They talked to my agent a little bit too. And yeah, they liked me, and I was really happy to go to some place that actually wanted me. So I was happy.
Do you remember talking with their scout? Anything that stood out now that stands out when you were talking to him in March?
I was talking to him during the L drill. I was just chatting with him, nothing crazy about guys' times and stuff, but he seemed like a good dude, and I think he liked me. I was being a good guy too, but he was cool, and I'm glad that he probably helped me get into Jacksonville a little bit too.
Describe that moment being with your family and realizing a dream you've had forever that I got a shot now.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been dreaming of it since I was a little kid. Like you said with Cam, when you say what you want to be when you're older, I always said I wanted to be an NFL player too. But um, it was surreal. I'm super grateful. My family was super grateful. Everybody was excited for me. I teared up a little bit too when I got that call. It was a really fun moment for me. It was a fun time celebrating after too with my family.
Eli, did you ever get a sense it may not happen after the injury you had? That was like this. It was a long road back, man, from what happened 3 years ago.
Hmm. Yeah, I always thought like, is this the end of my chances when I got hurt? Because I had a good year before that, and my first year of starting, I break my leg, and I'm like, damn, this could be my last chance. And then I grinded to get back that next year. I didn't have the best year in 23, but I pushed myself even harder in 24 to have the best season of my career, and I was really happy to do that and give myself a chance to get drafted or picked up. So I was really excited for that.
Describe now what have you has your agent told you about next week? What do you know, or just throwing yourself into football
Uh,
again?
yeah, I've talked to the Jags a little bit. Flying down Wednesday. We have the rookie mini camp the next couple days there, and then it's kind of a blur for me right now. I haven't heard a ton after that, but it's OTAs, I believe, and then get to mandatory mini camp. But our rookie stuff is from May 7th to June 26th,
Wow.
so I'm down there for a while. But I'm really excited to get after it, get back to playing some football, doing some stuff down there. It's gonna be really fun in Florida, but I also have to make it to my brother's wedding in June too, so I have to figure that out. So yeah,
Real
that's
life
one.
getting in the way, huh?
Yeah, that's one speed bump I have to get to when I get there. But I'm gonna take advantage of Jacksonville when I'm down there for that month in May, and then I have to figure out going to my brother's wedding.
I was gonna say, have you had that conversation with Will yet about hey, I might be busy, like I gotta figure this out
Uh,
now?
yeah, the bachelor party might not happen for me, but I think I might be able to make it to the wedding. So because it's a weekend and not much happens on the weekends, but we'll see.
Describe what do you think's gonna be your emotion getting there, seeing your number, seeing your name on a jersey? What do you think's gonna go through your mind?
It's gonna be a surreal moment for me. I don't know what number I'm gonna have, but I'm gonna be grateful whatever happens down there. It's gonna be cool to go around and see the whole facility, meet everybody, and just go through that whole thing for the first time is gonna be a fun time.
Obviously, you knew, Eli, how talented a team you had in 2024. See where Gray gets picked, Cam gets drafted, three other guys are getting free agent deals. Hunter's going to the CFL. I mean, just what do you make of that? Of like, hey, we were pretty damn good in 2024.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, we were a really good team in 2024. We've grinded for a long time, the seniors of that class, to get as good as we can to end that season on top. And it just shows how hard we worked, the guys that got drafted and got picked up after that. We were close knit and we grinded together, pushed each other every day, and it worked out for a lot of us. So it was a really good ending and a really good start to a lot of our careers going into the NFL now.
Feel good that the defense got represented. All the talk was on offense heading in the draft with Cam and Gray, that the defense got
Hmm.
some love here.
Yeah, we got a little bit. Gray got a ton of publicity though, which was super cool to see. But me and Kupitz got a little shout out every once in a while there, so it was cool to see two defensive guys get picked up finally. But yeah, I'm happy for everybody. Everybody's gonna go ball out wherever they're at, and it's gonna be a really fun time for them.
What was this last month like after pro day and leading up to this past weekend? Were you was
Mhm.
it nerve wracking, exciting, a little bit of both? And how glad is it to be over with it?
I'd say it was not nervous, not nerve wracking, because it's like all we have to do is talk to teams now. There's no performing in the middle of this. It's like it's out of our control. But it's like you got to be your best in these interviews and be very presentable to the team so they like you. But the physical aspect of it all was gone, and it was just coming up to the draft, and I was just pretty much chilling for that month, working out, just getting ready for my opportunity.
How excited I actually do football stuff? Like, when's the last time have you done football stuff since the title game?
Barely. We've done a little bit of D line work on air and with some bags, but nothing crazy. Not we've been on the field every most Fridays doing a little bit of stuff, but it's been a lot of the pro day stuff before pro day, and then we've got on the field a little bit in April to get a little bit of work in. But yeah, I'm excited to get down there, and no, I don't know when we strap the pads on. I'm pretty sure that comes in like July, but I'm not sure yet. It's going to be a fun time though, and I'm really excited for it.
Describe going back to like the ground floor. You've been up in the penthouse at NDSU because you've been a captain, upperclassman. Now it's
Yep.
back to ground zero. How does that suit you?
I'm fine as being a young guy again. I was hopefully a good young guy when I was at NDSU. I know what it takes and how to be that role and how to carry that and just be yourself and pay attention, follow the older guys, and just play your role like a rookie now. So I know how to do that.
Be weird. There's no Mostaert on the Bison football roster for the first time in 6 years. Is that going to
I
be
know.
odd?
Yeah. It's shit. We were there for a long time, weren't we? 6 years. It's gonna be weird having no 53 out there either, and no 91. So, but I'm really excited for the guys on that team and those guys to have that opportunity without us gone. We've been taking up a lot of space for a while, so. But I'm happy for them to get after it.
My last thing for you, bud, I really appreciate you doing this. Describe the ability to train like you have in the Twin Cities and what that did for you to get you ready for this coming week.
Yeah, no, I trained at Training House in Eagan, Minnesota, right near my hometown. It's been really grateful. It's been a blessing to train with Bill Willie and Eric Perkins, who was up at NDSU for this time period and these months. They've been really helpful. They're one of the best in the business, and I was really grateful to come down here and work with them and grind out with these other guys down here. We have a really good, tight-knit group of guys when we were training here, so it's been a fun time and a fun atmosphere.
Conversation there with Eli Mostaert we had this morning on him going to Jacksonville. As some know, maybe you don't, the Jags, of course, have a brand new staff. Liam Cohen is the very young head coach who is the offensive coordinator at Tampa Bay that was hired by Jacksonville after they basically made a wholesale changes there. Gosh, seems like the Jags have been doing this every 2 to 3 years, so it is a completely new staff. That may work in Eli's favor, right? There's no preconceived notions of guys there, that it's wipe the slate clean and go in there and see what you can do. Anthony Campanile is the defensive coordinator. He was hired from Bunnell's Packers. What was he for you guys? I think it was the linebacker coach, I think, that he came over. He's now the DC for Jacksonville. Matt Edwards is the defensive line coach, is going to be working with Eli. And it was interesting to hear him talk about what his draft day was like. Like that's the other side of it. Like the waiting out, the hoping that the phone would ring. And I think going in, I think we had a pretty good idea that there were guys. We had Mason Miller on the show last week, and obviously with Cam's conversation we had earlier this week, and with Eli, these are the guys who figured that. And Kubitz had an unbelievable pro day. We were there for that, and just the measurements. And I believe Polisic told us when I asked him, he said Nick's going to test really well, and obviously that showed off, and the Falcons signed him to a deal. But Eli's last year, you saw a few of the clips of it. He was really good this past season. I don't know if that gets the proper attention because of what Cam did, what Bryce did, Marty's year. Defensively, the Bison were pretty darn good last year. I mean, Eli made countless plays where he's getting in to the backfield and busting things up. This on senior day against Missouri State. He had 2 sacks that day on Jacob Clark, who was first team Mo Valley with Cam Miller at quarterback. Illinois State, there's something about playing it normal. He had 3 sacks there in 2021. He had 2 sacks there this past fall. It was really good. This is another one that he had against Mo State. Just dynamite year. And now he's got a chance to see if he can make a roster this upcoming summer in Jacksonville. He's mentioned he's got a maneuver getting back for Will's wedding as well. He said a speed bump. I'm not sure how much Will would have appreciated that, but I'm sure they'll make it work there. And congratulations to the Mostaert family. I know their dad, Troy, awesome guy. I've known Troy since Will and Eli committed in the summer of 2018, and really happy for their family. That's great stuff. We're overdue for a break. We'll get caught up here, wrap up our first hour. Big second hour planned. Talk some Dragon football with Steve Lockway. Some hockey updates as well. It's coming up as we roll on a Thursday morning, first day of May. We're back after this.